The building sector is responsible for almost 40% of global carbon emissions. Such emissions are generated when heating or cooling the spaces where we live, work and carry on our daily activities. But not only. Think about all the material that builds up your home, your school or even your office. All this material has to be extracted, processed, transported, then assembled and finally disposed of. All these processes require a lot of energy and therefore cause the production of quite huge amounts of CO2 emissions. If the material stocked in existing buildings could be reused or recycled, a great deal of energy would be saved and far fewer emissions would be produced. At the same time, stocks of natural resources would be preserved for future generations, and the amount of waste that we have to deal with would be drastically reduced. This is exactly the idea behind a sustainable circular economy. I am Cristina Gardenghi and I am a PhD student at the Chair of Ecological System Design of ETH. My work is part of the Circular Future Cities project, which seeks to develop sustainable circular solutions for the building sector. The goal of the project is precisely to find out, first, how materials in existing buildings could be reused in a sustainable way to build the cities of tomorrow, and second, how new buildings should be designed to enable the reuse of materials and components, allowing for the transitions toward a circular economy. To reach this goal, a team of researchers from various fields is working on 2 case studies represented by Switzerland and Singapore. In my PhD project, I am focusing on the Swiss building stock. My first task is to determine which materials are stored in existing buildings and where and when they could be made available for use. Based on this, other members of the team will define circular solutions and scenarios for future building stock development. Finally, I will have to calculate the overall environmental footprints of such scenarios, also by considering the effects on energy demand in the operating phase. This will allow us to identify the most sustainable circular solutions, which will then be promoted directly among stakeholders in the construction sector, ensuring a practical contribution towards a circular economy and more sustainable cities.